Yes, yes! That's right, folks. We're back in the Paddock F1 Greeny and the Cheese. We've made the 18-hour trek by car, or the 880 miles by camel or horseback from the Kingdom of Bahrain to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia on the banks of the Red Sea. That's right, we're back at Jeddah for round two. Jeddah, the second largest city in Saudi Arabia. It's also the gateway to the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. We're only 53 and a half miles from Mecca. Did you know that, Michael?
I did know that because you say it the third year in a row saying it here.
Well, there's not many things you got there, and that's a pretty big thing. So, but this is no travel show. This is an F1 show, and we're at the Jeddah Street Circuit. 27 corners, the most on the calendar. Second longest circuit on the calendar, 3.83 miles, 3 DRS zones. It's high speeds through the concrete, full commitment. You give it the full beans for 80% of your lap. And it was just straight up full Red Bull dominance for the second race in a row. Frano had the start, but he didn't have the pace as Sergio cruised on by to take the win. Max cut through the field to take second. Alonso gets third. After he got third, he wasn't third, but they was back third again. After this, they talked to the stewards. I don't know what the hell went on there. Sure looked like they touched the car to me. But we're caffeinated. We're medicated. Greeny, good evening, sir.
We're third. We're fourth. We're fourth. We're third. We're on the podium. We're off the podium. He's an old man already. This man is not confused enough.
I mean, it's a 100th podium. You're taking it away. You had like 30 Dylan laps to give the penalty. What the hell happened there?
Unreal, man. Unreal. But here we are, and I'm actually sitting in the first time Greeny and the Cheese studio. So you might get a little echo and feedback because it's not really complete yet, but I have nowhere else to record the show because we were supposed to be complete as promised about 2 days ago. But we're running overtime. We will be ready for Australia, but here we are, and we're pumped to be here. What an incredible race, as long as you're not a Ferrari fan. It was a really good day for you. And yeah, here we are with Max Verstappen navigating through the pack, which was awesome to see. But I think the big thing here is the fifth win for Sergio Perez, who finds himself in first. Is he the top of the leaderboard here? In the Drivers' Championship?
I think Max will have it because Max got the fastest lap.
Max ended up getting the fastest lap. I know late in the race there he wanted fastest lap. Sergio had it until about lap, 48, 49, something like that. And then
he got on the last lap.
Yeah, the last lap he took it back there. So kudos to Sergio Perez for winning and not giving that up to Max Verstappen because his pace, I think Sergio's pace really, really put him in a position to win here and to not let Max take him. And you had Alonso about 20 seconds behind the two of them to finish up the race. So it was really a Red Bull weekend. And Aston Martin definitely had some screw-ups. We're going to talk about that a little later. But the Red Bulls, how did they look? And Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen, how did Sergio look, first of all? How do you feel about Sergio? Was this a legit win for him? Or was this just Max messing up in court or having the issues in qualifying to put him in a position for Sergio to win? What did you think of Sergio's performance today?
I mean, it's a legit win. I don't know what kind of rubbish question that is. You win the race, you win the race. Bottom line. If Max doesn't have the issue in quali, does he win? Heck no. No. Max is quicker than Sergio. Bottom line. Red Bulls are dominant. I mean, the drivers after the race in Bahrain saying, we're screwed. We're all screwed. They're just that good. And it's only going to get better. You're going to see this week in and week out pretty much unless they have a mechanical. Like I said. I mean, you could hand them the damn trophy right now. It's over.
I mean, we're in race 2, so I don't want to calling it over at the moment. But yeah,
It's over.
It's
It's
putting the
over.
rest of the league, it's putting the rest of Formula One in a tough spot. I do think Sergio Perez's numbers were a little bit better than you give on. Max definitely had trouble in the first couple laps there, passing anyone, but he really got going after about the third, fourth lap, after his tires got going and heated up there, and he really started just tearing away at the rest of the pack, just passing people, especially when he got up to you know passing right by Lewis Hamilton, just tearing up the field, and he looked incredible.
There's
Lewis even said
a big
after the
there's a
race
big
how
difference. There's a big difference in clean air and dirty air. So of course Perez's times were going to be better at the beginning in clean air. When you're back in the pack working your way through, you get dirty air. You're definitely not going to have the same lap times. Plus, it was kind of mad back there for a while at the start of the race. A lot of, I think Max just sat back for a couple laps to let things get settled down and then put the pedal down.
Yeah.
Plus,
Max,
at the end of the
Max
plus
knows
at
what
the
he's
end of the race, for a number of laps there, they backed off because they were having to seem like another issue happening again. Max was hearing things, so they backed it down a little bit. If given the chance, without having to back off, I think Max possibly could have caught Sergio because he was coming. And he's quicker.
All right. Well, listen. You had the restart, or not the restart, but you had the couple cautions. You had opportunities for Max to catch up. So it's always tough. Listen, it feels like we have a caution every single race. We have a safety car pretty much every single race these days. So it's always an opportunity for a car that's behind to always pick up and catch up in those situations. And Max did that as well. I don't know. I'm very curious to see what they do lined up 1-2, Max and Sergio lined up 1-2, which we'll probably see in Australia, most likely. And see how they do. Because I think Sergio can really give it to Max this year. I think he can. And many people disagree, but I really want to see a challenge this year. I really want to see. I know it's going to be a Red Bull this year, and it's probably going to be Max Verstappen taking home the championship this year. But let's see Sergio give it to him. Let's see Sergio give him a run for his money. I want to see it. Everyone wants to see it, don't you?
I'd like to see it, but I don't see it happening.
Are you not entertained?
I'm not entertained.
You're not entertained. So let's. Even with a dead heat pretty much at the top of the leaderboard here.
I mean, it's flashback. It's like, Hamilton and Rosberg. It's, the one team. That's not what that's not what you want to see. Behind that, there's more teams involved, but you're not going to have any title fight because it's just one team. And they're that much more dominant than everybody else. There's Red Bull. Then you got Aston, Ferrari, and Merc. And then after that, it's everybody else. To be dead honest. And that's pretty much where you're at.
Yeah.
It's a battle. It's a battle for second. But you know what? As a great race car driver once said, second is the first loser, sir. So
second place is the first loser. But we have a battle for second and we have a battle for fifth is what we're going to have our entire season come down to. And I think almost every single squad, almost every single team out there is either battling for second or fifth outside of Red Bull, who is long and away gone. Listen, we have a lot more to get to. We have a lot more to talk about. We're going to have Greeny Bucks. Oh my gosh, somebody almost hit or may have hit, and it was back and forth with Alonso. A lot of nerves, a lot of money on the line. We have winners, we have losers, and somebody is going to get slapped. Let's see who it is. Greeny and the Cheese in the Paddock F1. Back in a flash.